All right, guys, let's talk about setting goals. And step one, NCLEX, anything. MCAT, DAT, setting goals. So I guess why set a goal, right? So I looked some things up and it's pretty clear why you should set a goal. You should set a goal because it keeps you focused, right? Keeps you on track. Some people call that stay the course. I found a fun little mnemonic acronym, whatever you want to call this, where they said SMART. So S was specific, M measurable, A attainable, R relevant, E trackable. Take home point is you set a goal because it keeps you focused, helps you stay on track, and it's something that you can measure and track your progress. All right. So why is that important? If you do not goals, or some people can call them plans, right? Then this is planning essentially for failure, right? So common misconception about goals. Do you have to reach and exceed your goals? No. A goal is something to strive for. I'll call that a long-term goal. A small step forward be a short-term goal, right? So I guess an example for this would be, let's say you wanted to start lifting weights. This is my dumbbell, right? And you're like, all right, I really want to get really fit. I want to get super fit. You're pumped, you're motivated. That's great. But if you go and say, hey, I'm going to do 3 hours of working out every day, 7 days a week, that's not a sustainable, not an attainable goal. But if you said, hey, I want to be really fit in 3 years, all right, whether you get there or not, that's a nice long-term goal, something to strive towards. Small step would say, hey, every day I like to do 10 to 20 minutes of exercise. Maybe every 3 days, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do 20 minutes. Then next week, 30 minutes. The week after that, 40 minutes. So I like to take this concept and bring it towards test taking. So if you want to stay on track or perform at the best or most optimal level you can, you should create a series of goals. And you must realize you must have a starting point, and you must titrate up your endurance / skills, meaning amount of time you're working out, what kind of exercises you do. As you get stronger, you can maybe do more complex, etc. Or if it's for studying, it's the amount of time you can study and it still be meaningful and efficient, not just you read goes in and out, which happens all the time. All right. So at the end of the day, to keep this simple, you should create goals. Long-term goals are important. You don't always have to break them. Short-term goals should be something objective, something you can measure, like number of questions done in a week, number of reps done at the week, number of times gone to the gym, something small and measurable. Now the question is, this is great. I create a goal, but like always lose track or fall off the course, right? So let's say this is your road. You're supposed to go from point A, right, to point B, but all of a sudden there's a squirrel on the road. You swerve, you hit a tree or something like that. You're like, oh no, I can't get there. Some crazy thing always happens and you can't stay focused. My analogy to that is you can't be in focus. There's something in the middle of your road blocking you from getting to your goals. So how do you curb this, right? If you're driving a car, be careful. But realistically, if you are trying to work out or study really well, how do you stay focused? So I would say find motivation, which I'll do a video on later. Find motivation. So when you're motivated, you can stay focused. Studies have shown that. What's interesting about being focused is just like light. You don't feel it. Do not feel it. Well, let's say you do it to an ant, right? Put a microscope with light to an ant. What happens? The ant burns. Why? Because light, when focused, is the most powerful thing ever. Your brain, when focused, is the most powerful thing ever. You just don't realize it yet because you haven't figured out focus. I think a big misconception happened about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, maybe even longer now that I think about it. When I was in college, it was all about how much shit you could do. As I get older, I realized it's not how much shit you can do. It's how well can you do one thing. That's what matters. So when you're younger, you think you want to do all these things. The truth is, somebody who doing something well boils down to time and attention. In order to give something a lot of attention, you need focus, all right? If you have a lot of things to do, you can't allocate a lot of time and attention to all these different tasks. So the take-home point is, when you're super focused and you give something a lot of time and attention, things tend to do really, really well. When a plant gets a lot of light that's focused on them, they tend to grow. They have a lot of time of that light on them. They grow, all right? If you go to the gym a lot, time and attention, you'll get results. If you're studying, you put more time and attention in, you'll get results, theoretically, right? As long as that time is good, meaning you have good attention and you're really focused, all right? Take-home point is you should make a goal. It could be crazy. If it's for MCAT, it should be whatever it is to get in. For USMLE, whatever it is for your goal residency, etc. Then you should take small stepping stone goals about something that's objective, not something that you feel, oh, I feel like I did something good today. No, something measurable, like how many questions you did, all right? Nothing crazy, something tiny. It can be literally embarrassing when you look 10 years or 10 months back. You're like, wow, that was my goal. It's so small. It doesn't matter. Something is better than nothing, always. Having a goal is better than nothing. Sometimes writing a goal down on a piece of paper that's a waste, you crumple it up and throw it away, that's fine. Sometimes people feel that if you write something down, the odds of you doing it are higher. Whether that's true or not, I am not sure. But if that's what you feel you need to do, just do it. So take-home point is create goals. Don't be embarrassed if your goal is crazy and if people say that's not reachable. Screw them. Realize having a long-term goal is something to reach towards. Reaching towards something is great. You set a goal here, you'll hit it, be done. You set a goal here, you'll keep reaching and trying to get it. And maybe you will. Maybe you'll exceed it. But if you don't reach a goal here, you'll never know, right? So analogy for that is you only, what's the analogy for that? Something about, what is it with basketball? It's like you only miss all the shots that you didn't take. Like you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take, right? So if you don't reach or set your goal up here, you'll never reach it, right? Set it here, you could reach it. So set a lofty goal, make it long-term. Set small, attainable, objective measured goals. Use the amount of, realize that, ask yourself at the end of the day, do I give whatever task I need to do the amount of time and attention it deserves? And well, is that time and attention very focused? All right, I'll do another video about how to stay motivated. With that being said, create a goal, long-term and short-term. If you need to, write it down, stay focused. All right, hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.